When countries fall, this always happens. Let's talk about it. So as a civilization and a society becomes more and more desperate, they commit more and more desperate acts and lash out more and more and do more things that just don't make sense to the people and to others around the world. And it seems like we're finding a lot of countries in this situation right now. We've kind of seen it with Russia. They've had a lot of domestic issues, problems at home, so they've kind of lashed out and reached out in this war for more resources and more territory, all this stuff. Ukraine's a giant breadbasket, guys. So if they control that, they control that much more of the world's grain supply and food supply and resources. Okay, so when countries get desperate, they look outwards to capture more resources from other countries. And it seems like we are just moving towards this path as well, okay? And we are just heading towards a situation almost like the Roman Empire, where we have so many wars going on that we are stretched so thin that we can't even defend ourselves domestically, and we're spending so much money, so many resources are just being wasted and blown that we're losing our power. Nobody stays on top forever. No country is number one forever. And it really feels like this is the decline of America. And this is what countries do when they're in decline. They just start more wars, and they get involved in more wars and just drag out wars as long as possible. But there's also another war brewing that could affect the whole world, quote, grip the whole world. So, and it's something that we would be directly involved in as well, maybe even more than the Ukrainian war. And it could be even more dangerous because we would be dealing with a country that has even less to lose than Russia, okay? A country even more desperate, a country already having food riots. So why wouldn't they lash out and try to get resources from other countries? Okay, this is what happens when countries start to fail. So this is an article out of Yahoo News. It says this could be the next big war that grips the entire world. So they're talking about a war between Israel and Iran and how we could get dragged into this. And if you haven't heard, the secret war has already been going on between them. And they've been having tit for tats for years now, but it's escalating to a point where Iran could possibly use nuclear weapons. And we're also seeing that the US and Israel are doing drills together now. And they did a mock drill on an Iranian nuclear facility. And this article here, US-Israel drill signals to Iran that military option is on the table. Okay? And our relationship is very close with Israel. So if they were attacked with a nuke, we would probably come to their defense, or we possibly might even preemptively help them in their operations on Iran. So either way, this is looking bad. Iran is already having food riots, okay? So this country's already getting desperate. Why wouldn't they just, do something drastic? And maybe they want another war. This war with Russia was perfect timing to implement these sanctions and to also blame all of this inflation and all of these domestic problems on the war now. Do you remember back, this is an article from December 2021. It says, why U.S. officials say inflation is no longer transitory. So they were already admitting back at the end of 2021 that it's no longer transitory. And then just a few months later, this giant war happens, and now we can just say, okay, we can blame this war. And it's definitely contributed to it. It's made it way worse. Okay, I'm not saying that the war isn't a factor. Okay, it definitely is. But now we have another excuse, just to not take blame for. And what happened exactly to cause this to begin with before there was even a war or anything? Here's an article. It says, is it a big deal that 40% of United States dollars were printed in the last 12 months? No, it's not. That was in November of 2021. So this guy said, no, it's not. Then in December, they had to admit inflation's no longer transitory. Then in March or February, I believe, it was February, there's a war. And now we are possibly going to have another war leading into the end of this year. So get prepared. We could see more supply chain disruptions, all these things. China was even going over to Iran now, visiting Iran and setting up. Iran and Russia are very close allies. So this is really setting up to be something bigger, possibly like a World War III scenario. So don't be surprised if we see more wars starting, more chaos, more conflict, because this is what countries do. There has to be an excuse and there has to be blame, and it gives them an enemy and it gives them someone else to extract resources from. When you go to war with a country and you win that war, you extract the resources from that country. So it's also economic too. It's not just if somebody's crazy and wants to go to war, there's also a calculation to it too when countries go to war. Let's hope this isn't the collapse, but it really just feels like we're moving towards it. Money printing, inflation, food problems, endless wars, nuclear wars. It's just like it's looking bad, guys. So what are you doing to get prepared? Do you have your bunker set up? I'm just kidding, but seriously, if you could get that, that's awesome. I wish I had a bunker, but even a basement, something like that could be converted into some kind of, nuclear fallout place. Get some filters down there, get some masks down there, a little place you can seal off in your basement or something. I know not everywhere has basements, but yeah, that would be perfect, for a nuclear fallout situation, or even just whatever, bombs being dropped, whatever kind of bombs being dropped. So get prepared. Don't wait. Don't get caught flat-footed. Look at these people in Ukraine. They don't even have weapons or anything. They're like begging the government for self-defense when they're being invaded. So don't get caught flat-footed like them. Take the warning serious, okay? Don't just ignore it and act like nothing can happen. It's better to be prepared than not to be. So just do it. Don't get caught flat-footed. We could end up just like this. No country stays on top forever. No one runs the world forever. It used to be France, and then it was Britain, and now it's us. But no one stays on top forever. So be prepared. Don't get caught flat-footed. Never stop prepping, guys. Never, ever, ever, ever. I don't care if you're 98. My wife's great-grandma lived till 102, I think, or 104, 102, 104. So if you're even that old, I don't care. Keep prepping. You could live another 5 or 10 years. Never know. So keep going, guys. Never stop. Life's beautiful. Life's incredible. That's why we prep, guys, because we want to live. We want to survive. We're the survivors. We're the pushers. We're the actual dreamers. We're the people that make the world happen, make the world go, and we want to keep the world going. We don't want it to stop. That's why we prep. That's why we stay informed. That's why we stay on top of it. So people can be like, oh, you're negative, you're whatever, pessimistic, stuff like that. It's like, no. We want the future. We love Earth and love the future so much, love humanity so much. We want it to continue. That's why we stay prepared, because even if something massive happens, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to restart. I'm going to repopulate. I'm going to do whatever we got to do. So if you feel the same way, hit that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub, hit that bell, hit it all, guys. Everything down there, the comments, hit it all. Thank you guys. I'm so blessed to have you guys. And also really quick, there's a little link down there to my website. If you guys just want to throw me your email, you just click on it and just give me your email, and I'll send you guys some stuff out soon. Some secret knowledge, some secret insider knowledge of what's going on behind the scenes. I'll let you guys know, and you'll be the first to know if you're on my email. So make sure you sign up for that too. And thank you so much, guys. You guys have a blessed day.